Hello, this is Dawn Bournand with Fabulous Florida Living, and welcome to episode number 3 of my Local Love series. I'm doing this because I want to be helping the small businesses and the small business owners in the area so that they can get more business while we are all still staying at home. But I'm also doing this to highlight the people who are making it a little bit easier to stay at home. And my guest today is definitely one of those people. So as I said, this is episode number 3 of Local Love, and that's very meaningful because my sister is actually my guest today. And 3 is a very special number in our family. We call ourselves the 3 Z's. It was my mother, my sister, and myself. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Shawn, and I'd like her to tell you a little bit about what she's doing to make staying at home a little more bearable. Hey, Shawn.
Hey, Dawn. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I didn't realize or really put it together that it was the 3rd episode. So yes, it's awesome. It's our lucky number, our favorite number. So yeah. Happy to be part of the 3rd episode or edition. I think this is great what you're doing, and so excited to be a part of it. So of course I teach fitness classes and do some training. Fitness is definitely my passion. And I know that for me personally, I was worried about not being able to work out or specifically really stay motivated during this. And I was talking to a lot of the people that I teach classes to, and you become very close to them. And so I decided to start Quarantine Queens to keep us motivated, post some workouts, and do some healthy recipes as well. Again, just to kind of keep us like on track and to commiserate. We'll do some funny memes and videos sometimes too. And yeah, so every other day I usually will try to post a workout one day, and then some kind of a recipe the next day. I post the different things that I'm doing to work out, and I ask others, to do the same. And specifically have like a body circuit workout that works your whole body with some weights and a little bit of cardio. I have a quarantine workout, which is C-O-R-E, quarantine, for your core, which is very important. And we do some booty workouts too. So those are the 3 types of workouts that I focus on.
That is fantastic. So, I mean, normally people have to belong to a club to get all of this that you're doing for them. Normally, I mean, Shawn is a superstar instructor, not just saying that because she's my sister. Go attend one of her classes, you will see she kicks butt, but she is amazing. And so she is actually doing this as a gift to the public, right, Shawn?
Correct. Well, thank you for that, first of all. Yeah, I definitely love teaching. But yes, I know that in these times it's scary, and a lot of people have lost their jobs. And I know some people are maybe even to help their gyms, they may be keeping their gym memberships active. So definitely this is free. It's a private group. But if anybody pretty much asks to join, I, of course, invite them in. And yes, of course, it's completely free. The workouts are free. And just, again, it's just something, it's as much for them as it is for me to keep me kind of honest. And it's been fun to do for sure. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I actually have been following along, of course, and people seem to really love it. I think it's so important because, as you said, you need kind of that inspiration, that motivation to keep you going, because it's very easy just to sit around and start watching Netflix or things like that because you're at home. And it's really great to have that motivation to know, hey, if I tune into Quarantine Queens today, I'm going to get something, whether it's a good recipe or an awesome workout or some inspiration. So, yesterday we're filming on the 23rd, and yesterday was actually Earth Day. So you did some really wonderful post about that. And I wondered if you could just tell us a little bit about how Quarantine Queens also somehow relates to Earth Day.
Well, of course. So I really do feel, not that I'm happy that we're, in this horrible situation, but when things like this happen, I think that it really gives us time, and we need to take that time to maybe step back and reflect on what we're doing. And I really feel that this has come about because of the way we treat the environment, maybe even the way we treat ourselves, each other, all inhabitants, including animals. So I feel that it's so important to um, just, again, take a step back and look. I've been vegetarian since I was 12. I had breast cancer, and after that, after doing a bunch of reading and studying, I decided to become vegan because I've read that dairy can cause cancer as well, and I just wanted to take the proper steps. Tied into that is animal agriculture is one of the biggest causes of climate change. So I figure it definitely can't hurt, even if people just decide to take, one day meatless Mondays or go plant-based, one day a week. Every little bit counts. And so we're all so super interconnected. It doesn't mean you have to become vegetarian or have to become vegan. It just helps. And my big thing is even if people say, oh, I don't believe in climate change, or I don't believe, the worst that can happen is if we're wrong and we take these steps, what's going to happen besides you eat more fruits and vegetables, maybe stay healthier, help a little bit with the pollution and waste. But if we're right and we don't do anything, then the results, will be catastrophic. So Earth Day is super important to me, being a vegetarian. The whole reason I became vegetarian is my love of animals. But then of course it's evolved from there, just knowing what it does now to the environment and just your health. And I just feel so much better. Like my skin looks better. I don't feel as bloated. And so again, just trying to share those healthy recipes, and for sure, just, working out, staying connected with each other and nature really ties into, Earth Day. So I felt it's a really important holiday for me. So it was a great time to kind of tie everything in. To be a superhero for yourself, be a superhero for the planet, take care of yourself, take care of the planet. And again, it just all ties together, I think, very wonderfully.
Yeah, I absolutely loved your picture that you posted. She has like these Wonder Woman leggings. So you guys will have to check it out on Quarantine Queens. So you brought up another topic that I really want to talk about, and that is the importance of being healthy, because you mentioned that you had cancer.
Yes.
And your fiance, who is also super healthy, young, fit, he just had a heart attack recently. And so I want to talk about that, because a lot of people say, whoa, wait a second, these people who are so healthy and fit, these horrible things happen to them, then why should I even be healthy and fit? So let's talk about that. Why should you be healthy and fit, Shawn?
Super good point. Because exactly, when I got cancer, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't shocked. Of course, you're scared, you're angry, you're frustrated, but yeah, shocked. I was like, wait, I'm doing everything right here. So I had a couple of genetic anomalies. It turned out we did genetic testing. So sometimes, yes, it's true, you can't fight genetics. And by staying healthy and fit, this is something I have learned and I have tried to pass on. It certainly doesn't mean that you're not going to get sick or get a disease, or that something bad isn't going to happen to you. It just means that if it does, your body is prepared for the fight of its life. Some of these treatments are really tough, and if you are, taking care of yourself, the results can be devastating. I've known people that couldn't continue the treatment. I had a double mastectomy, 16 rounds of chemotherapy, and 29 rounds of radiation, and you get very, very sick. It's very defeating mentally too. So exercise helps mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. But I found that it really, by being fit and by being healthy, it helped me. My breast surgeon told me that I was in the top 1% of all patients he's ever seen, and how they handled it. And I didn't have to stop treatments because my body wasn't taking it well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it was easy. It was very tough. But by being prepared, by being healthy, and then with my fiance, same thing. Heart disease runs in his family. He's lean, he eats healthier, half the time he eats healthier than me, and works out all the time, very strong. The artery that was clogged is called the widowmaker, because usually when people have the widowmaker clog, a lot of times that's what they call it, the widowmaker. They drop dead on the spot. They don't even make it to the hospital. And the doctors told him, you are very lucky. So again, you can't always fight genetics, but I'm convinced if he wasn't in the condition that he was in, he probably wouldn't be here right now. He had an external defibrillator. They told him he was gonna have to wear it for 3 months, and he had it off in less than a month. And again, I attribute this to good health, and it's just eye-opening. Oh, and his cardiologist, the doctors are basically recommending for him to go, plant-based as well. So again, it all ties back to the healthier eating. Move your body in some way. You don't have to be a triathlete, marathon runner, whatever. Just baby steps, even if it's just a walk around the block, and you definitely will get there. So for sure, it's
yeah, absolutely. I think that is just so important for people to realize that, yeah, there are certain things you cannot fight. Genetic things are there. But if you take the time to really remain healthy, to do the diet, to do the exercise, you are giving yourself much better odds.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. They're saying, again, that with this COVID-19, that if people have underlying conditions, diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, heart disease, things like that, that you're more susceptible to getting it and getting it really badly and not being able to recover or dying. And it's tragic, but this is just more of an eye-opener that you just have to be prepared, almost like, hey, you need your body to be prepared for a battle, because you never know, when you might be in that battle. And, we want to be alive for our children, our family, friends, loved ones, so you want to stay healthy. If not for yourself, think about the people that you love in your life, do it for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I know a lot of people have sort of taken up doing different things. They're doing online courses. I had a friend who just wrote about doing a Harvard class online, and some people are learning new languages while they're staying at home. And I thought, you know what? Why not get healthy while you're staying at home? Because a lot of people are kind of joking they're going to come out with, isn't there something like the freshman 10 or the freshman 12? And I think that's kind of going to happen with people. If they aren't moving their bodies, they're going to come out of the stay-at-home experience less healthy than when they came into it. And if they go to a resource like yours, like Quarantine Queens, they actually can learn how to be fit and healthy while they're staying at home.
Absolutely. It is so easy. It is so easy. There's a lot of times, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I just every day go, yeah, I get to go work out right now. Like I did it.
Yeah, you do. I know you.
I don't know. Today I had to go run. Well, I didn't have, I went running. Like, so I kind of try to do different, I try to vary up my routines, and it was windy and it was actually very hot, and I wasn't necessarily looking forward to it, but it was like 99% of the time, just tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do something for 10 minutes and then I'll quit. But half the time, most of the time, you're 10 minutes in, you're like, okay, I'm going to keep going. So especially, it is easy to sit down and watch TV. I'm sure people are eating more, but then all the more reason to try to eat those healthy recipes sometimes and move your body. I always say, just move your body. Exercise is a magic pill, but it's not magic in the sense that it's fact. You move your body, you stay healthy, you burn those calories. I mean, in that aspect, it's a very simple equation, but exercise will make you feel mentally, physically, emotionally better, especially now.
Yes.
They're talking about mental health, with everybody being quarantined and the stress, losing jobs, being worried about their loved ones, being far apart from their, loved ones. My daughter's across the country, so, all the more reason, again, to do it for your mental health. Just something, anything. I'm doing stretching because I'm very inflexible. So that's been my goal. So pretty much every day I'm doing like minimum 15 minutes of stretching.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think setting those little goals for yourself, and yes, Shawn is a fitness queen. And if you get on there and do some of her routines, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't do this all the way through. But it's those little steps. It's taking those little steps. So like she said, maybe you're only going to be able to do 5 minutes with her the first time, and then you're going to keep building up and building up. And the great thing is that this lives online. So even when the quarantine is over, you can go back to the routines that she has put on the group. So I really, really recommend that you ask to join the group. I'm putting up the link on this video so that you can see where to join. And really just go join, get that support, learn about the fitness, learn about the health. And Shawn, if you have any one message that you would like to give people during the stay-at-home period and beyond, what would that be?
Just to take care of yourself. And it's so important. Take care of yourself, but also be kind to yourself, and just know that, you'll have some setbacks, but you'll get there. I would love to continue this even after the quarantine ends, and even parlay this out into helping people that maybe all of a sudden find themselves, with cancer or some kind of a disease or sickness, because having that support is so important. So I would love to parlay this into something where people know that they have somewhere to go, and that other people are dealing with similar things. When I was going through, my cancer battle, which is 5 years this year, I was diagnosed in August of 2015. But everybody rallied around me. And so I always said that they say raising kids takes a village. I say cancer makes a village. So people surrounded me, and they came up with the hashtag Strong Like Shawn, which I've got the shirt on. I'll show you. You can see that.
Love that shirt.
So it's just very catchy, but I think that that's it. Just staying strong, taking care of yourself, being kind to yourself. I know it's easier said than done. I know we all beat ourselves up often, but it's just important just to, get back up and just keep going. So again, I just think that knowing that, most of us are in the same boat, and we just want to help each other. And, again, like I said, I'd love to continue this and help people out and they find themselves in those situations, because it can be very scary.
Yeah, and I absolutely hope you continue this, because not only is this group great for right now when people are staying at home, but there definitely is a need to have a resource where people can go to when especially something like cancer happens in their lives and they just are devastated and really don't know where to turn. To have someone who has had that experience, or at least who can understand that experience, is so wonderful. And the community that you're building is great, because there are a lot of very like-minded people in there, very supportive. And so, as you said, there's memes that are being posted, and there's really wonderful things going on in the community, in addition to the great fitness and health tips that you're giving.
Well, thank you very much. I hope that it helps, and I know it helps me. So
okay, well, we look forward to hearing even more from you, Shawn, in the future. And again, cannot tell people enough, go join Quarantine Queens. And you know what? I think that I forgot to ask this. Is it only for women?
Oh, it's only women that are on there right now, but it's not only for women. I mean, definitely, although any of the workouts can be done by men. I think most of us ignore our core, which is why I'm kind of like, but it's so important to keep your core strong. It helps with lower back issues, et cetera, et cetera. But no, it can be anybody that would like to just, again, have that support, maybe have a good laugh or two, find some new recipes. I mean, this has been great because I've just been trying so many new things and discovering some great stuff. So no, more the merrier. I would, love to just continue to grow the community.
Okay, awesome. Shawn, thank you again for being on Local Love. I wish you all the best. And I really, really cannot recommend enough to everyone, go join Quarantine Queens. Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this. It's awesome. Bye-bye.